I finally got an Arcade1up machine for a crazy price. And I also picked up a lot of other things, and I got gifted something. Coming up on the Big Retro Show. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Los from the Big Retro Show. Thanks so much for joining me. I got my very first Arcade1up machine, which is why you guys tuned into this video. But before I show it to you guys, I want to show you some of the other pickups that I got. Now, here on the show, I know I've been doing a lot of gaming content, but the Big Retro Show focuses on all things, all type of media, including movies. And so I picked up a bunch of movies that I want to show you guys. The very first one is American Psycho. I love this movie. Christian Bale does an excellent job of portraying this crazy, psychotic killer in this movie. And if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. That is American Psycho. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he is going to the ATM to get some money, and the ATM asks him to feed the cat that is at his feet, the stray cat that is at his feet. And he looks at it, and for a second, he actually believes that the machine is talking to him. Now, that machine tells you just how crazy he is and bloodthirsty. And what's not to love about bloodthirsty movies? The next DVD I got here is The Incredible Hulk. This is a 2-disc set, and it is the original Incredible Hulk series with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, famous bodybuilder who portrayed the Incredible Hulk. This contains The Incredible Hulk Returns and the Trial of the Incredible Hulk. Now, I remember growing up watching this on TV. I don't remember these exact episodes of The Incredible Hulk, but I figured, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up. It was only like $3. Next up is the comedy classic, The Three Amigos. What is not to love about The Three Amigos? Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short at their finest. They go to the village of Santa Poco and take on this nefarious El Guapo who is terrorizing the town. Comedy ensues. This is such a great movie. The Singing Bush, guys. You remember The Singing Bush? Come on. This is also a movie where everyone got the opportunity to hear the word plethora in the movie. I highly doubt that that word was used in any movie before it. Anyways, The Three Amigos, guys. What a trip. Next up, I have Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Such a classic. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think this is the best Rambo movie, quite frankly. The next one would probably be the very first one, First Blood. But Stallone at his finest. I remember back in the day, all the news agencies, all the news reviewers, all the movie reviewers were calling this movie the most violent movie ever. And, to the mind of a kid, hearing that, it's a must watch. It's a must watch. You have to go to the movies to watch Rambo. Next up, I have the classic Mel Brooks parody movie, Spaceballs. Spaceballs with the legendary John Candy. This was an awesome movie. I remember watching this in the movie theater. I don't know if I snuck into it. I don't remember, but this was such a funny movie. It had a lot of great Star Wars references. Of course, instead of the Force, they used the Schwartz. And it had the great Rick Moranis, who played Darth Helmet. He was hilarious in this movie. I saw this in the thrift store, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to pick this up. This is such a great movie. Next up is an 80s classic, kind of an obscure title. It is Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. This is based off a comic book, I want to say. I'm not quite sure, but I remember seeing commercials for it back in the day and being intrigued by it. I never actually saw this movie, so I'm looking forward to popping this in and taking 2 hours out of my day to watch it, Howard the Duck. And finally, I have here the classic Risky Business, Tom Cruise. He runs amok when his parents go out of town, and who doesn't remember doing that? But this guy takes it to another level. He hires like a prostitute, and then they start pimping her out. And it is definitely a racy movie. They don't make movies like this anymore in the age of Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. But this is a classic movie. Famous scene in this one was when he starts dancing when his parents leave in his underwear, and he's dancing to old time and rock and roll, uh, and that was one of the highlights of the film. They always showed it in all the highlight reels and everything. I thought this was a pretty good movie to own, and so you know what? I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, so those were all the movie pickups. The next thing I'm gonna show you guys is a gift that my sister-in-law Paula hooked me up with, and that is an old school CRT TV. I'm not even sure if this even works, but I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna show you guys. She did, do some artwork there. It's the Big Retro Show logo. That's pretty awesome. When I saw that, I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. She put a note in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that. And it says, Carlos, Los, I've been watching the Big Retro Show and you are great. I got this for you before Christmas. So she has had this in her possession before Christmas, and she just got around to giving it to me now. So thank you very much, Paula. I'm gonna definitely hook this up. This looks like old school TV. It is model J.C. Penney, solid state. It's got a power button and it's got rabbit ears. Gotta love the rabbit ears. And to change the channel, you just click it from left to right. I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up, and let me go ahead and see if this works. And if it does, that would be great. Now, if I can, I'm thinking this is probably black and white TV. I'm not sure yet. Once I hook it up, I'll find out quick enough. Now, finally, for the meat and potatoes of this video, I finally picked up an Arcade1up machine. I've been looking for one of these machines for quite a while. Now, I did a video before searching where I hunted for a $50 Arcade1up machine back when they were selling them for $50. And these were the larger of the Arcade1up machines. But I saw this online, and I saw it on Walmart, and it was $50, guys. It's a Galaga machine. It's a tabletop model of the Arcade1up, and it's pretty cool. And at $50 for this thing, it's a steal. It's self-contained. Sure, it only contains one game, but I love Galaga. I grew up playing Galaga in the pizza parlors way back in the day. It's got one, looks like a joystick, a fire button, a start game for 1 or 2 players, a volume, and an off and on switch. It's not too complicated, and luckily this thing doesn't have to be. It's an Arcade1up machine for Galaga, and I thought it was pretty cool. I posted a note right after I bought it on Twitter, and I think my friend Mike Tendo picked one up too, because he was showing it off that he finally got his first Arcade1up machine too. This is just a natural buy for me. I just had to have one of these. Now, I know a lot of people who own Arcade1up machines are really in love with them, but they have one complaint, and that is that they are cheaply made. The wood isn't the best quality, and the arcade controllers and stuff aren't the best quality. But for the price, I mean, you really can't beat it. You really can't beat it. I mean, even if the average machine will cost you about $300, one of these large arcade cabinets will run you a good $800, $1,000, $1,200, and if you don't have that money to spend, that this is a good alternative to have. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just open this up and show you a little bit of the Galaga arcade that I just picked up. And that's going to do it for the Big Retro Show today, guys. I want to thank Paula, my sister-in-law, for hooking me up with that CRT television. And I want to thank you guys for spending some time with me on the Big Retro Show. Peace.